All right, folks, been a while since we got an update over here, but sick week, obviously sick the mag page. We haven't done that much on this page lately to get you guys an update on things, but things have been going on. First, I guess I want to thank the sponsors. Like obviously we got Gear Vendor Overdrive, we got Motion Raceworks, we got Iski, we got Summit, we got TBM Brakes. Working on a deal which covers one of the things I want to talk about in here, so I guess I'll cover that right here. VP, working on the deals with VP, trying to get fuel. They're going to be the glue supplier for the event. Also working on getting fuel delivered to us or brought to us at every track so that fuel will be available for purchase, so we don't have to carry fuel or figure that out. That's not confirmed yet, but that is real close. So shoot VP an email and say, hey, get the sick week deal done. So the other nitrous oxide system, so working with Holly on that. That is very close to a done deal, just not a done deal yet. I'm not used to be on this side of the coin with this stuff because I'm used to just taking care of me. So, but with this, it's all progressing. So the goal is obviously to have nitrous fills at every track, that's all available for us. Supported by Holly. So those are some of the big things. With that, I guess not even big things, but just whatever. Just spill some of this stuff out. So rules, we're real close on rules. Luke's gonna be posting some of the rules hopefully later today. That's gonna cover a decent amount of the classes. We've worked with John Sears and with Lonnie and with Keith Turk and everybody regarding the rules to try and divvy that up. There's going to be a lot of different awards in there. We want to talk about the award category, and then at the same point we're working on the software to basically that's going to be able to calculate all that stuff as well. So that's where I am with the rules stuff. General rules did get posted to the site to cover the basic trailer rules and stuff. The license stuff, there's a lot of people, like a lot from foreign countries coming over. So Lonnie is working on that license deal to make sure that, hey, if your license is good here, if you need whatever different license, because obviously you have to be licensed for the speed that you're going to run. And either your paperwork in hand, but that's out of my hands. That's a Lonnie thing. So with Lonnie and Keith Turk as far as enforcing the license stuff. Chassis certs, another thing, working with Lonnie and stuff to see if we are going to be able to have a tech there that is going to be able to do certs at the event if needed, like for an expired cert. I don't think that they could do a fresh cert at that time. It would strictly be a renewal, but once we have more information on that from Lonnie, then we'll definitely get that out there. What else do we got? We got the Don Garlits party. So Don Garlits party is going to be epic. I mean, Summit Racing came on board to sponsor that stop, so that's going to be sweet. We got food trucks, and I guess I'm bringing the staff because if any of you guys remember, Jenny used to work with Hot Rod, used to work with FM3. She's been working on the Don Garlits stop with Don Garlits, the staff there, but working on food trucks there. There's we had to bring in for porta-johns, we had to bring in for trash service, stuff like that. Garlits is letting us use the property. We get to do all the stuff there, have our party there on Thursday night. But obviously we got to provide all the other stuff for it. The museum will be open, so I mean that part we get to go through the museum. So that's going to be pretty epic. Appreciate Summit Racing coming on board, sponsoring that stop. So as far as some of the other stops, the trailer burnout deal, the unfortunate accident happened at that airport down in Texas a few weeks ago, has really made it difficult to try and get this trailer burnout thing organized. Now, it's still going to happen. We just don't have the stuff solidified with it. Worst case scenario, I did talk to Ozzy, owner of South Georgia Motorsport Park. Worst case scenario, I mean, our checkpoint might actually be at the track Wednesday night, or Wednesday afternoon, that we might come in and actually do the trailer burnouts at South Georgia Motorsports Park, and then be back there Thursday morning to race. So, I mean, that might be how that ends up as a worst case scenario if we can't get something else organized. Next week, Wednesday morning, I fly down because I've got the La Mullet race, the 2.4 hours of La Mullets at the Freedom Factory. So going to be a great time. But one of the other things, I'm going down there Wednesday because Luke and I, we're going to lunch with Ozzy at Orlando, and then we're going to check out like that Disney checkpoint, see what we can do for that. Hope to get time to run over to the beach, see about that beach stop or where that other checkpoint might be. One thing to tell you guys too is that, hey, the routes are going to be available ahead of time. The checkpoints are going to be available ahead of time. Like, you're going to know this stuff. Like, and one of the reasons why the stuff doesn't get released till after you turn in your time slips at the events is to try and prevent the cheating, try and prevent that you've got somebody sitting on the side of the road or you've got this arranged or that arranged. We're really going high on the honor system with this, that this is a fun event. So we're hoping that in your conscious that you're going to go by the rules, you're going to do the things. Now, in addition to that, for the people that may be pushing the limits a little bit with it, is we will have people that are looking for cheaters. We will have the people out there looking for that. And as well as all the competitors are also doing the same thing, because, hey, we're all in this boat together, so we all want to have a great time and we all want to do it the same way. At the end of the day, like, the cheaters never win philosophy, like, that is true. You may win the event, but you won't win in life. So that's whatever. That's, hey, maybe that's a little Tom talk that I've mixed into this whole thing. But like I said, because we want the public to participate in what we're doing. So checkpoints are going to be a big deal. So the drives through the towns, where we go and stuff is going to be a big deal. For the fact that we're keeping all these drives under 200 miles a day, like, now the drives can be celebrated more. The drives can be, like, it can be a good time. It doesn't have to be that endurance test for you to get from one track to the next track. So staff, but I did talk about Jenny. We do have Lonnie. We do have Keith Turk. We got Tanya Turk. We got Tammy that helps out Tanya in the booth with the time slips. We are working with, who else? Oh, as far as photo staff, obviously for the magazine, I mean, I guess here's a big one. We got Wes Allison. He's coming and doing photos for Sick the Mag. So, frickin' that dude's got more covers on magazines than I think anybody times 2 or 3. So, we got him helping out because obviously, I mean, Sick the Mag, that's the event. So, gonna be tons of photos. And I know I'm rambling, but that's why it's over on this channel, because, hey, you guys can just watch me talk and think for a little bit. Oh, reaction time. Reaction time is going to be a factor in the rules. So I think that I'm leaning towards it's probably just going to be a second. The idea is that we are putting on a good show for the people that are there in the stands watching the event. So the goal is not to penalize you guys. So, like, as long as, one thing too, like, as long as the tree activated, and even if you go on red, as long as you're getting a time slip out of it, then that doesn't matter either. So it's not, I'm not looking for that true heads up, but I am looking for that perception of heads up. We do have the 3 classes. I think I covered these before, but I'll rehash that. Like, if you're a faster than 849 or faster car, you'll be in group 1. So it doesn't matter what class you're in, like, it's how fast your car goes determines the run order for the day. So that's class 1, and now it may switch around which class goes first, depending on track conditions, stuff like that. But if you're faster than 849, then you're running with 849 and faster cars. Doesn't matter the class you actually fall into. If you're an 850 to a 999 car, then you're running in group 2. So that is, or it might be A, B, and C. Not sure yet, but those are the cars you're going to run with. If you're slower than 10 seconds, doesn't matter the class you're in, you're running with that group. So a lot of the stuff saying, oh, well, sometimes if the guy starts and then catches and then yada, 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 like all kinds of internet chatter there. Like, you're going to be running with cars that are semi-equivalent in speed. It doesn't matter the class the cars are in, it's the equivalency of speed. And for a good show for the fans, we're doing the reaction time deal to try and take that down. So I guess one other thing, not to just continue to jump around, but I guess when the stuff does pop in my head that I didn't write down, checkpoints. One cool thing about the checkpoints that we're going to do is, let's say for example, like the Don Garlits checkpoint, is typically we have those pictures. We take those pictures, they're on our phone. We show them to Tanya as the proof that we went through the checkpoint. Well, we are going to require those to be on social media. So if you don't have social media, steal your kids' social media, steal your grandpa's social media, doesn't matter. But when you go to show the pictures, you're going to be showing those pictures on social media. Reason being, we're promoting the event. So we're trying to show everybody what's going on. So we get blasted all over the internet that everybody's posting their picture with Mickey Mouse. Well, that's cool. That's cool for all of us. That's cool for the event, cool for the magazine, cool for you. So we want to promote your social media just as much so that you can build up your followers, you can build up all that stuff. And if you're not into that, then you're just helping everybody else. So, but one thing like with the checkpoints to cover there. Oh, and the E85 deal, because we are going to know the routes ahead of time, we are going to search out E85 the best that we can. The hope is that we're going to have VP with E85, so maybe you just have to stock up at the track before you make the next drive. Not sure, but you know, Motion Raceworks does make a very cool flex fuel adapter like mount that you can put a flex fuel sensor in that car so that you can run it on regular gas on the street and then get back to E85 when you get to the track. So one choice there for you. So not to tout one of the sponsors, Motion Raceworks, but there you go. I did tout them. Other things going on. So not only is there all that, the next issue of the magazine went to print, so 230 pages. So for anybody that hasn't subscribed, like definitely get on board with your subscription. Remember, the first issue sold out, all kinds of people want it. Don't know if there'll ever be a reprint of it, but kind of is what it is. Don't miss out on the second issue. The second issue has Drag Week, it has Rocky Mountain Race Week, it has Roadkill Nights, it has Sick Day, like all of that is in there. So over 100 pages of Drag Week coverage. You're not going to get that in any other publication. So even Hot Rod. So so let's just see where we're at with that. Now, here's another soon to be big announcement. We're trying to close this deal with it, and that's where I say, like, your support is freaking amazing. Like, it is crazy what an idea that we had, Luke and I, on a drive, I don't even know, it's probably 8 months ago now, like, has turned into what it is. And it's just like, it is going so fast that it's like, hey, we can either try and keep up with the speed that everything's going, or we can try and slow it down. Well, we're going to try and keep up with the speed that everything's going. So in negotiations with a major drag racing series that we're looking at putting together, the Sick the Mag Shootout. We have all these drag and drive events. Like, it, other than a few select few, it is very hard to do more than one. Even harder to do more than two, and whatever. Like, I mean, that's, and you're talking that, let's just talk, I mean, major events that we can talk about right now, that you have Rocky Mountain Race Week 1 and 2, you have Drag Week, you have Midwest Drags, and you got Sick Week. So that's 5 events there that are major events. Now there's a lot of other events, smaller events, weekend events, and shorter events that definitely, that's the direction we're going with the magazine. We want to cover those events as well, because everything drag and drive related, that's what we're all passionate about, and that's what we're trying to cover in the magazine. So with that, the in-between things, where do you test your car? When can you go do this? When can you go do that? We are working, like I started to say, with a major racing organization, a Sick the Mag Shootout. That Sick the Mag Shootout will be an 8 or 16 car field. It'll happen at an event. There'll be a 15, 20 mile cruise, 30 mile cruise. Like, there'll be something to prove the street ability of the car. But prerequisite to be able to get into the shootout is your car has to have completed one of these events. That means that whether it's Midwest Drags or Drag Week or Rocky Mountain 1 or Rocky Mountain 2 or Sick Week, like, one of these events has to be on your application to say, I want to participate in the shootout, and here's the event I did. So it's going to be integrated with one of these events for a weekend deal. to where there'll be a basically it's going to be a chip draw because it's going to be a shootout. So therefore, I show up with my 5-second car, you show up with your 8-second car. You know, we're in the same class because it's a shootout. So we're looking, it's going to be a chip draw. So obviously prerequisite, had to finish one of these events, chip draw for it. And then it's, like I said, an 8 or 16 car shootout, and there'll be some qualifying and stuff too. Like, right, I say qualifying, but some testing. Like, we'll get to go up with the qualifying classes. So a perfect way for an in-between deal, obviously covered by the magazine, incorporated into, like I said, a major racing series. Maybe multiple is the goal, that we can put together these little shootouts that happen at other races, and it gives you the ability to get your car out there and go do stuff and be a participant in these events. Because as we all know, I mean, our cars don't really fit into a lot of the classes that traditional drag racing has, and not that necessarily we're going to our car's going to fit in with the other cars that are there, but at the same point, we're all together. So we're all the drag and drive deal, and it doesn't matter. I mean, my light might be bad, like who knows, spin the tire, it doesn't matter what it is. The whole idea is that, like, it's a shootout, so it's for fun, like we're having a good time, and we are at an event promoting obviously what we do. So so that's what we're working on putting together, and I actually just got a text about it, so I think it's a go. But if you're interested in that, hey, comment or whatever, say you're interested in it, because that's the thing. Can we get 8 or 16 of us at some of these events to do this shootout? Like, is there enough people interested in that and doing the stuff in between? I think so, because I like to go run some of these, but basically my car, I run in Pro Mod, and which is all well and good and get along with those guys fine, and my car fits in that a lot better than a lot of the other cars actually fit into classes. So I think it'll be a good time for us to hang out with like-minded individuals, be in a class with like-minded guys, and have a weekend deal when we can't put together a whole week, and we can't put together that torture. Good for testing, good for a lot of things. So, but mostly good for a good time. So I think that I covered everything that's sitting out there. I covered the magazine. I covered the deal with Sick Week. I mean, once again, sold out. Sick Ward sold out. Like, there'll be individual tickets for the people that have asked. There'll be individual tickets at all the venues. So we're actually working on flyers for those venues, because this, we really hope, is going to be attended like no other event by spectators, so that we get obviously a lot of exposure for you guys. So what else do we got? Like merchandise. We do have a lot of merchandise coming in here soon, because we are going to have, actually, there you go, there's another person, Lisa Fisher, if you know her with the Grand National, that she's run Drag Week and stuff like that, and she is going to be actually our merchandise rep. So we have a merchandise trailer coming that will have merchandise at Sick Week available for sale. We're going to have a lot of that merchandise get pre-released here in the coming weeks, so you can have it in time for Christmas. You got stickers over on the website. We got more hats coming. But like I said, it is mind-blowing, the support you guys have given, like with this, and it obviously shows that, hey, we all think the same. We're all passionate about the same stuff, and we all love promoting the hell out of it. So that's what I got right now. That's my update. Look forward for some updates next week, because when I'm down there in Florida with Luke and I, and we're covering some of that stuff, show you some behind the scenes stuff on what we're looking at for checkpoints. Hey, I mean, we're all in this together, so we want to make this something that's great for all of us, and always open to ideas. I'm sorry that so overwhelmed with the amount of emails and the amount of questions that come in that I'm answering them like in a public forum like this. But the way I look at it is, if one person has that question, 10 people have that question, just haven't asked. All right, guys. Not sure where this will fit into there, but the wait list is one thing I missed on there. But the wait list, yes, there's over 300 people on that wait list. Emails are received. No, we haven't responded to them. We need to get that wait list set up. But been prioritizing stuff because a lot of the stuff's time sensitive, that we got to get the stuff coming so that it's here in time for February. So we're trying to get all that stuff done and get everything together, and then we will respond and get that wait list together. For people, like I said, though, there's about 300 on that wait list. Last time I looked at the emails, we should have set up an auto respond. If we were smart, that would have confirmed that the email was received. Lesson learned. So, but we will get to that part of it. It's just going to be a couple more weeks. So yeah, so trying to get all that covered for you. So thanks for watching, guys, and hey, it's going to be epic.